Sup? Take two, because I didn't realise I was going live before because I was trying to get the thumbnail and I must have accidentally clicked. God, what's going on for her? I must have accidentally clicked begin. So need to get the tonal aspect done. Too much light bleeding onto that side of my face. So let's get that all sorted. There we go. So you just have to bear with me 1 second. I had made a revelation today actually in regards to my hair, and I've discovered that I usually part my hair that way, but now it actually is supposed to go this way. So yeah, but I'm still working out the kinks, and yeah, let's see. I may be round later. Yes, Craig, aka Kent Beer Reviews. I might be doing a bit of a stream later on because, as you can see, I've got beers, and I've ripped a button off my jacket. Happy days. In fact, let's take this off because it's quite warm. It's quite warm. So, but yeah, this is take two because when I was taking the thumbnail, I actually had the box wrong way around so you could see my address. Rob Simon are live in very soon. Oh, I might have to watch that. Is that on Facebook or is that a hangout on YouTube? Be nice to see Rob and Simon on YouTube doing a live stream together. Anyway, yeah, big thank you to Craig Kent Beer Reviews. Go subscribe if you haven't done so already. So yeah, basically, let's see. Me and Jake are live at 9:30. Oh, it's a great night of entertainment for you beer tuber crowd out there. Check out both of them. I know I will. Let's see. Craig says, miss you. I miss you too, buddy. In fact, I miss everyone. Because Birmingham was fucking amazing. And I even wrote a song about it. So if you'll just bear with me 1 second. Only joking. That's a prop because I'm actually doing, after this, going to be recording my 5 BeerTube non-beer related facts about me. So I'm going to be doing that a little bit later. Going to actually put some effort into a video for once. Yeah, I actually was not expecting this to be today. And it just arrived maybe about 10-15 minutes ago. Now, I've got to say, before I get into it, this is it's politically themed. And I suppose I better, without going too much into detail and alienating half of my audience, give my stand on the whole situation. And that, of course, is Brexit. Sick to death of fucking hearing about it. Theresa May needs to step down because she's done an absolutely atrocious job. And no, I have seen that narrative of females in politics. Fucking disregard that because that's bullshit. It doesn't matter what your gender, what your race, what your creed, what your religion. Screaming youngsters outside. Probably going to get absolutely drunk and make some decisions they will regret for the rest of their life. Hey, we've all been there. And yeah, so Brexit, first of all, it's getting a bit boring now. When we voted initially, I was living in Germany, so of course I voted to stay. Because, as I have always said, you should vote very selfishly. Put your own needs before anyone else when you vote. Because it's your future, do you know what I mean? But that being said, because it has been handled terribly, and it has divided Britain considerably, there's been a lot of Remain propaganda, which I do not agree with, and a lot of bullshit Leave propaganda as well. In fact, you could say propaganda. Well, that's what propaganda is about, and it helps helps dictate people how they vote, or inform them of how to vote. So whether you liked it or not, and the great British public, no matter what bullshit angle you throw at me, oh, it was illegal and this shit. Well, if we didn't get all the facts, and if you look at the statistics, we voted to leave, and we're still here. So we should leave. And that's why I'm very much against, even though I initially voted to stay, I'm very much against the idea of people voting again to get a decision they wanted because they didn't get it in the first place. It doesn't matter if you were misinformed, misled, or whatever. Democracy is not perfect. In fact, democracy has produced some quite sketchy moments in history. But what else would we have? And let's face it, what we see as democracy, there's still some control in it. There are still people pulling the strings. We all know that. But people went to the votes, and what was the outcome of the vote? Leave. So you can't reverse that. That goes against what it's about. Anyway, not going to get into it. And that's one thing I'm going to say about this box, because it is very EU themed. And to me, as much as I've already had a look to see what breweries are involved and other outfits are involved, big fan of a lot of these guys. And it's got a good message because it's a lot of British breweries collaborating with breweries around Europe, which I think is a really good thing. In fact, it's called actually sort of citizens of everywhere. But there's just this unnecessary propaganda angle about it that I don't actually really agree with. But the beers sound absolutely amazing, so I'm still going to drink it. And yeah, I don't care how you voted. I don't care what you vote. If you want to, because that petition that's gone around at this point, I think it's last time saw it was 2 million people to stay in the EU. If you want to vote for it, and you can vote for that or sign the petition, then yeah. Just because I don't agree with it doesn't mean that you can't make an informed, independent decision and to sign that petition. So that's it. That's all I'm going to say. But I just don't really agree with the slight emotional manipulation with stuff like this. But that being said, no disrespect to anyone involved in this. And it's a great way to get people to come together and brew beers. Because, yeah, the Europe was a good run. But it seems people are getting a little bit sick of it. And by the way, the EU and the leaders within the EU have regarded us and treated us, I think we've got to leave. And to use a very politically incorrect metaphor, we are a battered housewife and we've got an opportunity to leave, so we should leave. And if we go back, then a battered housewife could become a dead housewife. Anyway, yeah, it's just, I said I wasn't going to get into it, but I think I've well and truly got into it. I don't mean any disrespect for people who vote a certain way. If you believe in that, then you should vote for what you believe in, whether I agree with it or not. And that's it, really. Anyway, shall we get on to the beers? Happy times. So, of course, with all the boxes, you get a snack. So this is the Roasted Peas Classic Sea Salt Brave. I do like these little snacks that come with the box. Then, of course, we have the Ferment magazine as well. Very excited about next month's box, which is going to be in Maine. James Rothwell says, "Evening, sir." Evening to you too, my friend. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. If you're having a drink while you're watching this, I hope you're enjoying whatever you're drinking. Anyway, so I believe this box was thought up between obviously Beer52 and the breweries involved, but also Thirsty Cambridge, who I know they worked alongside von Freude, the German brewery from Hamburg, I think, and they were stocking their beers and that sort of thing. And looks like a lovely place, actually, the little premises they've got. I think they're primarily a sort of wine stockist, but they've got like a cafe and they deal with bits. A fruit sour pale. So I can't read what that says because of the lighting and my terrible eyes. So that'll be good. Then we've got a can of Tiny Rebel and La Brasserie du Mont, which is Salive. I think that's, or is that the name? Refreshment de Live, I'm not sure. This is a can of the Mango Milkshake, 4.2% ABV IPA. I know Tiny Rebel had a bit of buzz recently with their anniversary or birthday box, which I missed out on. Mind you, I did have the opportunity to potentially pick up a box while I was in Birmingham, but the direct response I had was, it's an alright box, but from what I've seen on social media, it was actually a really good box, including an Imperial Stout at 0.5% ABV. Anyway, so next up we have a can of Greater Consumer Rights, which is a citrus IPA. Off to a good start there, with one of my favourite breweries, Northern Monk, and brewed in collaboration with a Spanish brewery or Barcelona brewery, Cerveza Guiñoy. I'm not sure how that's pronounced, I do apologise. My Spanish is not very good, although I do deal with Spanish language customers at work, and thank you Google Translate for making me actually get orders put through. Unbelievable. Then we've got a beer from Moore Beer Company, and this is United We Can, which is a pale ale showcasing European ingredients, with Beer52 Lambrate, which, would that be an Italian brewery? I'm not too sure. It doesn't actually specify where those guys are from. But yeah, looks good. Bit of more. Can't go wrong. And it's introduced me to breweries that I've never tried before, so that's always a good thing. Then we've got Fine Ales with Farm Brewery. This is a citrus grisette. I'm going to write Fine Ales Farm Brewery. I think Fine Ales, but at the Farm Brewery, and this is brewed in collaboration with Beer Bibliotech, and it's the Beer Life Balance Citrus Grisette. Refreshing orange and lemon farmhouse ale brewed in celebration of international collaboration for the Citizens of Everywhere project, clocking in 4%. Don't think I've had a grisette before, so looking forward to giving that a try. Then we've got a can of Freedom of Movement, which is a black lager brewed in collaboration with White Hag and Boundary, a cooperative brewery in Belfast, of course. I've had a few White Hag beers. Looking forward to that. Black lager, very underrated style in my opinion. My humble opinion, I should say. Then we've got 5 Points Brewing Company and Bivog Brauhaus, and this is O Vienna Amber Ale. Looking forward to that one. Bivog, I've had a couple of beers when I was living in Germany, even though they're an Austrian brewery. And then the last beer, making sure I don't show my address again like I did in the first video, is a collaboration between North Brewing Company and Browar Stu Mostov, and this is the Brut IPA. Another style that I'm not really fond of, but I am a big fan of North, and Browar Mostov, or Stu Mostov, are a brewery that what I've had from them I've enjoyed, because of course they were in the one of the other boxes from Beer52. I can't remember the name of the box, and I've also had a couple of bottles as well that I've purchased. So yeah, I've got to say, beer wise, minor grievances aside, that's a pretty fucking solid box, if you don't mind me saying. And I think I will probably be reviewing all of those beers on the channel, so expect to see a lot of Beer52 shilling. But yeah, I've had some really good boxes from Beer52 recently. German box still up there, and it's actually a little bit disappointing that there wasn't a German brewery involved in this. Although I've heard some exciting news about a potential box, and Paul bringing the sass with Hey Sexy, or Cheers Sexy. How you doing, Paul? It's been a while, and thank you for tagging me, by the way, in the facts video. So we'll be record parts of that tonight, and yeah, there might be a stream as well, and of course I'll be watching other streams that are happening tonight. So yeah, it's a good time to have a weekend off, and then I've got next weekend off, and then Friday and Saturday next week as well. No problem, brother. Anytime. So If anyone else has got this box, then and they've tried any of the beers or beers from any of the breweries, for recommendations, always accepted. Whether you agree with me or not on the political side of things, then yeah, feel free to air them. Maniac Meat podcast tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. I mean, even our American brothers are going to be streaming, of course, a film-related podcast. So that reminds me, I've said that I've been preparing a beer and film-related podcast for ages, but that's not coming to fruition as of yet. But that might be a project that might actually happen, because I'm wonderful at saying I'm going to do stuff, but then never really get around to doing it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to all of those beers, quite frankly. And as I said, no disrespect to anyone over their political beliefs. That's, you vote for what you want, and you get beers of blood going. It needs to happen. It needs to happen. So look out for that in the future as well, because I've even been looking at creating artwork for that. Anyway, I waffled on for way too long. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, you shall be hopefully seeing a stream from myself a little bit later on, and maybe I'll have some other wonderful people from BeerTube involved. But as I said, it seems like there's a really nice schedule of programming in the realms of BeerTube tonight. So no matter what your plans are this weekend, tonight, no matter if you're drinking or not, I hope you have a wonderful, safe evening, a wonderful weekend, and yeah, cheers to anyone who's commented and watched, and any thoughts, opinions are always welcome in the comments. So yeah, see you guys later.